All right, welcome to the fourth tutorial in our Docs as Code series. Let's quickly recap what we did, what we learned in the last tutorial, the third one. We were able to configure our MkDocs file, this one, which acts as the main navigation medium for our website. Then we configured GitLab CI, which takes care of our pipeline, test, build, deploy, and most importantly, we ended the tutorial with local preview. Let's look at that. So we were able, how do you build your local preview? Multiple ways, but one of the ways, let's redo this. So this is our project in GitLab. Jump to deploy and go to pages. So you will always see that a GitLab generated custom URL over here. Understand that this is not publicly available. This is just to preview your work. So I click on this, I can look at my website. This is a local preview, not published. You need your own domain to publish this. So we'll focus this tutorial completely about domain settings and how we link pages from GitLab to our actual domain that we want to show as a public published portfolio. So quick reminder, if you have watched, and no point watching this if you haven't watched the previous tutorials where I purchased a domain from GoDaddy that I am planning to use as my portfolio website. So if you guys already own a domain, and I'm sure that you might have a different need than mine. I'm planning to publish portfolio. You might have something else, e-commerce website or anything, even a blog. So based on that, if you have a domain, good, you can just follow the steps. The only difference is going to be the name of the domain, which doesn't matter here. So we'll look at the steps that we need to do within GitLab Pages over here. And we'll also look at what we need to do from our registrar, where we have registered our domain. In this case, it is GoDaddy. So the first step is to add the purchase domain in GitLab Pages. My domain is right here. Let's make sure that we have it in the proper format. Now this is a default design that GoDaddy has given me based on the name of the website. I just gave it as technical writer, so it created some writing logo. So do not assume that I have worked on this website. The thing is, if you purchase a domain in any of these registrars, GoDaddy or Wix, and there are a number of those, you will get a lot of templates to use. I have already done that. I have a website built completely in Wix. Now I want a website that is built by me from scratch, so I have full control over it, all the templates, any of the visual aspects of it. So that's the reason I am building it from scratch using GitLab with Docs as Code process. So yeah, sorry about that. We just diverted a bit, but yes, this is the domain. So let me copy that and go back to pages. I'm assuming you remember how we reached pages. We were just in our project. We clicked on deploy, we jump to pages, and within pages we have our local preview. We click on this, we can look at our changes. Now to make it public, jump to domains and settings, click on add a new domain, enter the domain name over here, leave this selected. We want it to create a certificate encryption. Absolutely, it will enable encryption protocols. So yes, create new domain. What's wrong? Doesn't accept / okay, let me retry. Nope. Oh, I'm trying to give the secure sockets myself. Should work now. Yeah. I should not be using HTTPS, not yet generated. So hope you got that mistake. So you should be seeing this message once you add your domain successfully. The domain is not verified, which is correct. Let's get the verification now. This is your status, verification status, where it says unverified. To verify this, the ownership of domain, add the about text to our DNS configuration within 7 days. Okay, I didn't know about this 7 days. So let's copy this. This is our unique ID. We need to take this to the domain register. In my case, it is GoDaddy. So in GitLab, click on this menu icon, go to manage my products. Find the domain that you own and jump to DNS. Perfect. Now we are already within the needed menu, DNS records. We need to add 3 records for specific purposes. Let's look at them now. Let's add the first record within DNS records. Click add new record. This is the first one. This record is to prove to GitLab that we own this domain. So we are going to select txt as the type. Name can be custom, but we use GitLab recommended one for the verification. It's just GitLab Pages verification code. And now let's paste the value that we took from GitLab. This one. Paste in full. Leave TTL with the default value. This is time taken for live or something. It's fairly technical. It is related to network packets. Let's not dwell into that. We can leave as it is. We need to add 2 more records. The first one's done. So let's save it. Now let's create the second one. Let's make sure that the one that we added is saved. Yes, it is the last one. This record is to point to our root domain. The type for this would be A. Name would be @ and the value here needs to point to the specific IP address for GitLab Pages. Just copying that. Okay, this is the IP address for GitLab Pages. Again, let's leave TTL default. Save. We add the third record to ensure that our subdomain works too. Let me just show that to you. I mean, before adding that, let's check if we already have a record that we can. Yes, we do. We already have a record that we can edit. Identify it by 2 things. One is the name, type, CNAME, and the type would be www. Select that, edit it. Type is fine, name is fine. Value, this is not the value we want. We want a value that is our unique GitLab Pages URL. So each one of you would have your own GitLab page URL. Let me quickly show where to look for it. Focus on the address bar. It is generally the project name followed by the ID. So copy this, follow it up with .gitlab.io. Edit, replace the value with the GitLab identifier and save. This should work. Okay, all 3 records saved. Now verification is pending. Let's do that. Generally, verification takes around 5 to 10 minutes once we have finished our domain settings. Let's try to find an option that says retry. Okay, it's an icon here, retry verification. I haven't waited 5 minutes. Oh, okay, it worked. Now GitLab knows that we own this domain. It accepts that as a genuine one. So verification is done. So that's a good thing. Now it takes generally around 1 hour to obtain the SSL certificate. I'm just trying it right now. Mm, Most probably going to fail. Let's see. GitLab is obtaining. Let's encrypt SSL domain. The process can take some time. Yes. Generally, it should take around 1 hour to get the certificate. But once that's done, all the changes that you see in the local preview should come up here in the actual published, actual domain that I plan to use. This should change and should show me this. Hope you followed that. So we'll check back in 1 hour. I'm not going to record until then. I'll just pause, and once it's done, I'll show that to you guys. So hang on with me. In the meanwhile, we can do something else that's valuable. Let's not lose touch with the docs as code focus here. So let's push some changes from pages, and let's, what pages is about me? Let's write something here. Let's make sure that content that we push from VS Code comes up here, just to keep in touch with Git codes. So we are back to our VS Code right now. After changes, always make sure you enter this command git status just to see that everything is fine. Your branch is up to date with the main. We are still pushing all the changes to main branch. We have not yet discussed the purpose of creating further branches other than main. Why do we need them? Do we need them at all? It depends on a lot of parameters. If it's a huge organization and you're contributing as a technical writer, 100% you will be using branches. You won't even be allowed to push to main branch directly. Always it will be blocked. It is to safeguard, how do I put this, human errors. So organizations always make sure that you push to your branch, you verify it, everything is good, only then it is pulled into main branch. So okay, what's the page that we want to update? About me, let's do that. I have some sample content. Let's go to about me page. This is the markdown file. Right now it is blank with just two write note. I'm going to delete this and paste with some sample content that I generated using Gemini. If you don't know what's Gemini, it's equivalent to ChatGPT. Don't ask me what ChatGPT is. It is a generative AI. Perfect. So we've pushed some changes. Get rid of the black dot. It means unsaved changes. So command save in Mac, control save in Windows. Saved. Now if git status, it should list the page that underwent changes. What's the next step? Git add space dot to stage the changes. Now we commit. Git commit, write a message updating about me page. That's committed. Let's push. Git push origin main. I can see the pipeline either by using the link over here, or I can just go to my project and see the build is running, pipeline status running. Click on this pipeline icon to dive deeper. See where is it right now. So link check's done, markdown's fine. It is deploying to pages. What's pages? Like we just discussed, pages is the medium GitLab uses to push to our published website. So once our domain is set, which is not yet completely done, we are still waiting for SSL certificate for this domain. So once this is done, we can check whether it is publishing to the, sorry, we need two things. We need this to complete. and we need our SSL. This is one time, I mean, we are setting up our domain for the first time. So once this is done, we should be seeing changes in the actual domain and not just the preview page. Okay, it has deployed to pages at least. Let's check the local preview. Deploy pages. Says our page is live at. Remember, we're still doing the local preview. So this was our old local preview. Let's see the new one. About me. No changes yet. There you go. It was just cookies issue. I just had to refresh. So the new content that we wrote is right here. There are some markdown formats that have not been inculcated or ingested well, so we might need some polishing, but that's a basic content update issue. We can take care of those. But yeah, I just wanted to keep this um, GitLab process running along with the domain settings, just so we don't lose the footing about why we are doing this. If you remember the third session, we did a lot of pipeline debugging. It wasn't this smooth. The pipeline runs showed multiple errors. We troubleshooted those. Luckily, we don't have any. Like I said, these configuration files, mkdocs, and the GitLab YAML file are one-time setup. Once it is done and you are comfortable with your pipeline verification process, you are good to go. You just write and publish. So right now, let's look at Markdown issues. Why not learn Markdown on the go? So these are used as Markdown heading syntax. Okay, I can easily spot the error. There are extra ones. Let's push again. Let's get rid of these errors. Why is it showing these hashes over here? It's because you can either have 3 or 2, not both. That's just wrong syntax. Let me remove 3 and maintain 2. This is heading 1 hash. Just one hash is heading 1. This is heading 2 with 2 hashes. This is heading 3. Anything? Yeah, there's a duplication here. Let's maintain heading 2 for all of this. Yeah. Let's look at the published site, local build to find more errors. 1, 2, 3. And I think we got rid of 3. That should disappear. So should the hashes in table of contents. So black dot again because we made updates. So save the file. Use the up arrow to go back to your latest commands. No need to rewrite them. Git status. Git status is not always required to push. It's just to make sure that the changes you see are the ones that you did. Change them. Updating about me page 02. This is, I've already spoken about this. This is just a custom message. You can write anything for auditing or just going back and checking what were the changes I did. And then let's push. Let the site, let it build. Give it a couple of minutes. In the meanwhile, I guess it would take 1 hour. Hmm. For now, I'm just going to save the changes so it retains the verification that we did. So we'll just save this and we will wait for the SSL certificate. After saving, we now see access pages. Initially, we didn't have any domains. Now it knows that we have a domain and it gives us 2 access pages. One is the local build that we see. This guy. and the other one that we are waiting for, the actual domain that we purchased. This one yet to be verified completely. The certification is still waiting. And what else can we learn here? We can still see that it has not got its certificate. So either, I mean, once this is done, I can show in the next session. Once that's done, we can verify the publishing part in the domain. In the meanwhile, let's look at the status for the next commit that we did. It says it's done. Let's refresh. Of course. Now it's pointing to the published domain. We don't want that now. We still want to preview locally. So go to deploy pages. It's live. Okay, let me still do a local build. It's changed the live page to the published page. Fine. So until I get this certificate, you see, note this. It says HTTP. It should actually be HTTPS so that it proves that we received the SSL certificate. So we will wait for that and look at its changes in the next session. So yeah, if you are just looking for configuration, this is almost the end of it, but yeah, we'll confirm this in the next session. And that wouldn't take more than 2-3 minutes to verify when we start our next tutorial. But then on, it is going to be, if you're interested in actual technical writing, docs as code part of it, we'll start doing that, because once we have this site verified, it will be back to writing content. I plan to update and add a lot more pages than what we have right now. I'm not going to limit it with just about me or something. I need to create end-to-end portfolio. So it will be mostly updating. So the things that we will learn over here is indirectly markdown. Yes. How can we add markdown images, content, icons, create navigations, that stuff. But other than that, we would also be looking at web design. How can we impact visual aspects like colors, gradients, and even the layout of the website? How can we alter that using our configuration pages over here, MkDocs and GitLab? So that's the plan for next tutorial. Hope you were able to follow setting up the domain. Mm, I wish it had been completed if we were successfully able to publish and view. We did publish, but right now we cannot view that because it will not show me the latest changes. It will still point to the old GoDaddy template instead of the actual website that we have here. But we'll do this in the next session. Hope you were able to follow this, and that's it for this. Good luck and thank you.